Welcome to the Honda Dream Cab, the cab where we ask college students trivia questions.
your shipping address types itself. Where all your tabs go everywhere you go. Where you can surf without getting
Hello. It's been a long time. I've had a lot going on in my life since I was last streaming, actually. There's been quite a lot of stuff going on. It was a little tricky for me to get back into the groove of getting everything set up. There's a lot of learning curve and refamiliarizing myself because it had been so long since I've been doing this, and my schedule has been kind of all over the place for a little while, but I've been really wanting to get back into the streaming game and doing more stuff, getting back into it. I don't know if it'll be as frequent as I was doing back in, 2021, when I kind of rebooted my channel, but I would like to get things going back again on some level. And I've got some interesting plans I think you'll be seeing in the future. That there might be some collaborations and stuff. Of course, I do stuff with my friends, like Halo multiplayer nights, but we might be getting some more co-stream type stuff. And I'll get more into that in the future. I think I need to properly introduce for that. But tonight we're going to be doing a little Pokemon Silver. I'd been hoping to get more in than I might actually get. I might only go for about an hour and a half. Just because it's taken a certain amount of time to get things set up and whatnot. But I kind of have hesitancies on going through with things sometimes, even when it doesn't really make sense to. But there have been things in the past genuinely keeping me from doing this for a while. I was having internet issues. It seems like the Ethernet adapter on my computer went bust at some point, so for a time I wasn't even really able to figure out an internet solution for a little bit. Now we've got a Wi-Fi solution, and earlier tonight I was doing some testing and it wasn't seeming to be satisfactory when I was doing some Discord testing with someone else to see how good my reception was. But it's looking, as far as I can tell, that it's pretty good now. I'm looking at my laptop, I'm not really seeing lagginess like before. So it seems like I may have figured out a situation that's going to work. But yeah, I might be a little lost getting back into the swing of things. I've tried to look over some of my notes to get a sense of what I was last doing, but there probably will still be some, finding my footing. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'd like to get into this a little bit, and I don't know how frequently I'll be doing stuff going forward, but I do plan to do somewhat regular streaming. I'm probably going to stick to Pokemon Silver for the next little bit, because I like recording high quality footage and uploading to YouTube, and one of my external hard drives is not doing so well, and that's the newer, bigger one that I was putting more media on. And in the case of stuff like Halo 3 ODST, the file sizes might be too big to try to record like I used to. So I might hold off until I can get a replacement for that before I do that. But I've been kind of wanting to get the Pokemon Marathon going again as well. Get Silver finished and start moving on to randomized Gold. So I will be planning on doing Halo 3 ODST in the future. Our multiplayer streams will be more Firefight, and I think I've gotten to the point we've done enough Firefight that the other game I'll be doing will be Halo 3 ODST campaign, because we finished Ape Escape, of course, when we were last streaming. So it's a bit of catching up, a lot to cover, but let's actually get into the game. I updated Sane Boy, and it looks like there's more graphics filters. I'm going for a slightly different LCD one this time. I was a little curious about CRT one they had, but seemed like it kind of curved the screen in a weird way, so not sure if I'm going to go with that. I might demonstrate it quickly on screen just so people see, and, at some point in the future we can consider if we'd like that, but I think the version I was testing with is the one we'll go with. So first let's boot up Pokemon Silver, so we can at least have that going. So that's how it's looking normally. And then the CRT one I was considering doing was this, just to give a sense of what that looks like. It introduces some curving and stuff. I really like the idea of using some form of CRT filtering on these old school games that were built for that, because while the harsh pixel look can sometimes look nice, I'm realizing more as I get older that these games were really meant to be seen a certain way, but Pokemon was on a handheld screen. It wasn't really designed for a CRT, especially one this lengthwise. So I'll have to think about if this seems like something worth coming back to, but it also kind of throws off the neat alignment style I had. I had the borders really well aligned, so I think we'll be going back to what I had it at. this is what we used to do monochrome LCD. I don't know if this one is new, but I wasn't doing it before. Should introduce a little bit more color. I guess we'll see if we feel like we want to mute it or not, but I think this will work. Yeah, and the controller should be configured properly. We'll see if it asks about clock or anything, but yeah, let's get back into it. Okay. I thought this is where we were leaving off. This, I believe this is an ice cave. There's a lot of ice Pokemon. There was, I believe one of the last things we did is we got past an ice maze that I remember actually bringing up MS Paint to map out how I was going to navigate it, because with the screen size being what it is, I could not get a good enough sense of where I needed to go, so yeah, it might take a little figuring out where we're going. I'm going to try to pull up what other walkthrough stuff I had at the time. Let's see where we're at. Because as far as I'm aware, where we left off, we were trying to get a Skarmory. Because I've been looking at what I want potentially for my team, and I think I'd like to replace Pidgeot with Skarmory. And I would like to get Steelix before we, you know, swap out Onix, but once we get the Exeggutor figured out, and I'm not really sure where that's at this point, we'll be wanting to swap that out. Okay, so I think we're in the ice path. Okay, so I think we're on basement 1A. I want to double check, make sure we got... waterfall. Apparently that would have been on the floor above us. Okay, for a moment it wasn't really going anymore, so I thought I was only up to strength, but no, it looks like I got a waterfall. And I'm not sure how many HMs are in this gen, so this might be all of them. I know Gen 3 had 8, because that's what I grew up with. But I'm not sure if they were doing that yet by this gen, because I don't think Gen 1 had 7 HMs either. I think it had less than that. Seems like the controller might be a little unresponsive sometimes. I think I had an issue with that a little bit in the past, but I think the cable's a little weak. So I'll just have to try to be careful with that. Okay, so I think I'm on the basement. Basement 1A. Okay, strength choice. Okay, so I guess we're just doing strength puzzles, preparing to descend. Yeah, I want Rocky in front because I think he'll level up on level 30. Because everyone else right now is fully evolved. I want to have a little bit of Steelix before we swap out. And I think we'll swap out Pidgeot first, and then swap out Steelix once we get the proper Exeggutor we've been trying to get. Okay, so I want to get these in the holes. Then we want to go there. Okay, looks like I don't have one of these yet. Rock through would be way too much. I think there's the potential that this form of LCD, the colors could be a little more grating because it was meant on a smaller screen. So I might try backing up so it's not as close in my face. We'll see how I feel about it. Let's see if we can catch this guy. Oh, coward. Let's see if I can manage to figure this out. This one seems a little easier. Okay, we've already got one of these. I know I said it way back when, but I really like the way the UI has been upgraded since Gen 1 with the experience at the bottom and stuff. You can really tell that they had a lot more resolution with the Game Boy Color. So let's see. Oh, I've already caught one of these. I don't remember that. I thought it was something new. Yeah, there's limited sound channels on this old hardware. You can tell when certain moves go with long sounds that you can only get one of the channels for the song, that they're having to give up one of the audio channels for the sound effects. I think this one will be the most straightforward to figure out. The other ones might be a little more complicated. Might need to act faster on this. Okay, I don't know why Screech is failing. Maybe cut? Okay, these guys are cowards. Okay, that's one down. Oh, I forgot to mention. So, an ad break is going to be coming up in just a few minutes. So, just to give you guys a heads up, I used to have a pretty memorized little bit on this that laid out all the information. I'll see how well I can remember. I've got some of my notes to look over, but yeah, if you subscribe, you won't receive any of the ads. It should be set up that way. If not, please let me know. I don't expect anyone to give, but I appreciate greatly anyone who it does feel willing to contribute. Even a small donation can go a long way, and I hope to put whatever I get towards making the stream better, being able to get things, better equipment and stuff. I'm especially realizing, since it's been so long, that there's some stuff I could use that's a little outdated. Whoever donates the most, cheers the most, and gifts the most subs will have opportunities to pick what I do on this channel. So feel free to shoot for being number one if you want to have a hand in what I do in terms of my content. Shouldn't be so far out because I am committing to being more active on this channel. So you're not going to get such a big hiatus like we had previously. So yeah. Soon those ads are going to be rolling, just as a heads up. You know, I do this for fun, but, you know, doesn't hurt to get a little money, but, you know, I don't care if you ad block or whatever. Just, you know. Yeah. I'm sure it'll come more naturally to me as I get the hang of it again. That did quite a bit. Gonna heal up just because that did a little bit. Okay, so it opens up a little more here. Okay, so that one probably goes there. Jinx, which was one of my, I think, Pokemon Blue team. Guess we'll see if I can manage to catch one now. That did a lot more than I was expecting. I was hoping that'd be a weaker move, so I could try to catch it, but... Okay, so this one... Okay. When I was coming from the other direction, it seemed like this was gonna be hard, but now I'm thinking it's not gonna be that bad. Okay, these guys... They leave so fast that honestly, I think I'm gonna attempt... just shooting for it right now. That had better chances than the time before, so maybe I'll just go for that. And just come along here. Okay, so this hole's taken care of. This battle should evolve into Steelix, I believe, because, what's it called? I have a fix called the Impossible Evolutions. I think it's a program you can use to alter your ROM files to make it do what you want. And obviously it's not going to be very easy for me to trade with other players in my current emulation setup, so... my plan is, as I go through these games, we replace trade evolutions with more normal ones. Because that we just don't have to deal with the hassle, and it gives us more options. That's why we even have a chance of getting Steelix to begin with. And I believe that the fix sets it to level 30. Which, if that's the case... Do we get Steelix right now? Hell yeah. Oh, that sprite is so cool. I've always really loved the way that Steelix looks. Wow, he's the lowest level 1, but I think that's because we put him into storage for a little bit. We weren't really using him. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be on my Elite Four team. I think Skarmory Executor will replace, but it's nice having an actual Steelix now. My whole team's fully evolved. Gonna have to change the icon right now, of course. So let me get that figured out. That seems to fit pretty well. think might scale it up slightly just to emphasize the size. Yeah, I think that still looks good. Ah, we get a whole new back sprite now. Just realizing that I want to check, make sure the YouTube is streaming. Hopefully we won't get any doubled audio. Let me take a look. Yeah, it looks like it's going as well. That's good. I was listening to a video on some of the better Pokemon used in this gen, and apparently a lot of rock-type moves do not have good accuracy, and I never really thought about that, but that definitely would make sense with my personal experience with these games. I'll keep using Rocky, because this point he's definitely the weakest. Okay, now that I'm coming from the other way, these are actually quite easy. They seem like they weren't gonna be. We just go for it. See if we get the chance, because these guys are so flighty. Nope. It feels like if you use a Pokeball on them, it greatly increases their chances of being flighty as well. So I guess I didn't do this one yet, and that's gotta be its hole. Oh, I hope I don't regret. Oh, did I mess that up? Because how am I going to push it to... I might need to leave the floor on that one. I think I messed up. Yeah, I'm gonna take the stairs and come back, see if I can reset it. Quagsar's gotta be an all-time Pokemon cry for me. I don't know what it is, but in Colosseum especially I loved the way it sounded, and I don't know if there was any real major difference. I just know that the way it sounded in the midst of that game just sounded exceptionally good. Let me see about coming back up, see if that makes things easier for myself. I probably shouldn't... Oh, you know what? The type changes. I was worried more about her ice moves, and then I just barely realized that I'm a steel ground now. So I guess I don't need to worry about the ice typing nearly as badly as I would have before I evolved. I think a lot of these special balls are actually quite broken, if I've heard correctly. That, like, most of them are coded to not actually work properly. Oh well. Okay. Looks like the other ones reset where they were supposed to go. It's just this one. That's nice. So, I gotta come from this way so I don't put it in any situation where I can't push it away from a wall. This one might be the trickiest because of that. Great. I think this is the one I gotta be the most careful on. It gives the most opportunity where you might need to reset. Nice! I wasn't sure if that would go through, because at this point in the game, trying to catch a Pokemon without any damage, I would imagine is not very likely. I think at one point I was originally considering potentially using Delibird on a team, because I don't tend to use ice types very much, and they can be quite useful in dragons and such, but I'm thinking Skarmory is a better choice. Okay, so now it looks like Basement 2 should be another one of these ice things, so guess we'll see if I need to get out MS Paint again or not. Okay. I seem to be getting it right by coincidence. Guess I just made good decisions there. Okay, guess we go to the next part of the basement, even further down. These earlier gens really liked their caves. I don't know if there's as much caves these days. Never melts ice. Is that the only thing of consequence? Just kind of a connecting room. Okay, we've got one of you now. We don't need to worry about catching. Flood before I can even attack. Okay, more ice puzzles again. It appears to me that when you're paralyzed, your speed goes down. I don't know if that's something that actually happens or not, but it's something that has always seemed to be in effect to me. It's interesting how you can encounter wild Pokemon without even moving a space, but just turning around. I think it's interesting how that can happen. Realized I haven't had a sip in a little bit. So coming back out of the cave, but on the other end. I think that's where I was supposed to go. I hope I didn't just circle back around, did I? Guess not. Guess there's just maybe an item the other way that I think it can see poking out of the bottom, but I probably don't need to really worry about that. Looks like I can finally get to Blackthorn. Not sure if it's especially useful, but at least we get to get the item. But for those of you watching the stream, it looks like ads are about to start in a few minutes again. So once again, a reminder that if you subscribe, you shouldn't be receiving any ads. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this channel regardless of any commitment, but for those of you who do feel willing to contribute, it's greatly appreciated. Even a small donation can go a long way, and I hope to put whatever I get from this channel towards making it better, being able to get better equipment and such, as a way of showing appreciation for anyone who is willing to contribute. Whoever donates the most, cheers the most, or gifts the most subs will be able to nominate a future stream. So if you want to pick what I do on this channel, feel free to shoot for being number one in one of those categories. But yeah, just like giving you guys a heads up that ads are about to start soon. What's fascinating to me is that the first time around I wasn't really remembering very well, but that was pretty much the script I had way back when. Like, I never really wrote it down, but I kind of came up with a script for myself on what to say during the ad breaks, and during that time it kind of came back to me. But yeah, let's get to Blackthorn. Let's heal up. Mountain retreat. Probably got hot springs, onsen, stuff like that. So I guess we'll have to be seeing what we can do in Blackthorn and figuring out, I guess the route for Skarmory is probably quite nearby. I've always been a little confused by some of the trades they have in these games, because some of them seem not particularly useful, like they're for Pokemon that aren't that hard to get, and the ones they ask you for sometimes seem more valuable. I don't really understand. Just trying to explore this town a little bit, find out what's going on. How much Great Balls do I have? 15. Still at the point in the game where I think Great Balls will work well. But I think it's a good idea to start stocking up Ultra Balls. I think I'm good on potions and revives. Yeah, I've got a lot of revives. Pretty good on potions. At least for this point in the game. Okay, so how many do I have of the balls? We can afford it now at this point, so... That'll be pushing it too much, though. I forgot there's no running shoes in this game, at least that I'm aware of, so... I'm gonna bike around so it's not so slow. Move deleter, okay. Don't think we'll need him, but... Okay, this is probably the route where I get Skarmory. Maybe it's just the limits of the tile sets of the time, but I feel like Kanto and Johto have real rocky, mountainous feels. Like a lot of mountain paths. I'm trying to remember... So I've already faced, I think the 7th one is Price. I didn't even remember I had done that. I wasn't sure if I had. I think I probably would have remembered What's the sixth one? Is her name Jasmine or something? I remember that. But I wasn't sure in price, so I guess the Dragon Girl is really the only gym leader I have left before the Elite Four. What do we have up here? Is this the gym? Is there going to be some sort of barrier to entry? You're already ready for me? I like the bubbling lava effect. I think I might hold off, especially because I should be able to have the ability to fly now, right? So it shouldn't be too hard to come back here. Because now that I made it a Blackthorn, it shouldn't be too hard to get to Route 45. Because I made it through all the other stuff to get here. So I might do a different task, like see how the breeding's coming along. Trying to get the good execute that we want. I think let's try to, where's that goldenrod, I think? I want to see if we can get the egg we want. If he's out there, that means there's an egg, right? Okay, so I think, yeah, at this point I've got the male Sunkern. So that male Sunkern, I think it had Mega Drain. I think we actually leveled it up so it could. And we've got the female Execute. I don't know if we've gotten an egg from them before. We were like doing the process to get the right parents with the move that we wanted to pass on. So I think if this egg has Mega Drain, then that is what we were hoping to get all this time. Yeah, so let's make space and See if this egg gives us what we need. Carrying a call. Okay, Schoolboy Allen. I'll make a note of that so we can fight him at some point. So let's briefly drop off I don't want to drop off Rocky because we need to take advantage of the time we get with him. Let's do Ampharos. Okay, so now we've got an egg. I'll update the sprite in just a moment. But I think now we'll do just a little bit of cycling so we can try to make some progress in hatching it, because I really want to get it caught up with everything else. Because it took so long to get this thing, I want to really put it to use, especially because I think we're going to replace it with a Celebi eventually. Put that right there. Let's do just a little bit. Trying to hatch it. Get a good start. Didn't mean to go into there. That's the neat thing about Rocky, is that he grows up so fast with his boosted experience. That's a cool sprite. I like the kind of, what is that, a 3/4 pose it's at? I think it really shows off its shape in a good way. I think it's fascinating how Pokemon that were at certain points in a region in one game show up in different regions in later games. Like, Drowsy, it wasn't super far into the game, but it was like a little bit later into Gen 1 you found it, and then, I don't know, I feel like you come across it a lot sooner here. Let's see if there's any indication that it's done much. Okay, probably gonna need more than that. But it's a start. Now, I think go to Blackthorn. I guess we'll see if taking on the gym leader is a good idea at this point. Or if we need to do more training first. Did we clear the radio tower yet? I don't remember. I'm assuming I wouldn't have been able to have gotten into the gym if I hadn't, but... Looks like I did, so... I think aside from Rocky, levels-wise, we might be potentially ready to take on Claire. I mean, we don't really have any ice or dragon moves. We might consider if we want to, you know, teach a TM or something, but I think we might be able to potentially do it, but probably just do a little bit more grinding for Rocky and see if we've got an ice solution. And we can grind off of the trainers in the gym, though. I think we start trying to face them. But then when it comes to the gym leader, we might look into potentially if there's any ice TM we can use. I think we want someone stronger. I think Rocky has an experience share, so I guess maybe don't put him in front on some of these dragons. I don't think he's really offensively built for it just yet. I forgot this song. I really like it. Would be nice if I had Ampharos. Okay, I think we... Oh, I forgot. So it looks like an ad break is going to be starting in just a few minutes, so just as a reminder, subscribers should not be receiving any ads. I don't want anyone to feel like they have an obligation to contribute. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this channel regardless of any contribution. But for those of you who do feel willing, it's greatly appreciated. Even a small donation is worth a lot more than ad revenue. And I hope to be able to take whatever I get towards making this channel better, getting better equipment and such, as a way of showing appreciation for anyone who's willing to contribute. Whoever donates the most, cheers the most, or gifts the most subs will be able to nominate a future stream. So if you want to pick something I do in this channel, feel free to shoot for being number 1 in one of those categories. So that'll be starting soon, just so you guys have a heads up. But I think I might want to swap out Ampharos for this gym, because it seems like they could be a bit useful with dealing with some of these guys. If there's gonna be like water types and stuff like that. Wait, did I even heal? I should probably do that too. I'm feeling like the way this is set up, there's like twice as many boulders as holes. And you're only really supposed to do one of the pairs for each of these holes. That's just the impression I'm getting. That seemed to be what was going on there. I think it's not actually that complicated when you consider that. Though this last one is probably going to be a bit more. think I get it. I think I pushed this one. Yes, let me try it again. I think I had it backwards on this one. Now they're bridges over lava. I think the way I moved, I'm gonna have to go back up the stairs to continue because of the way he moved forward. I think I'm gonna want Quagsire's Earthquake on this. Not quite. Damn, that's a lot. Yeah, that's how we do it. And then Claire's right there. If she's seriously right there, then I'm probably gonna have to leave and... Well, maybe I'll be ready to take her on, but I'm not sure. think I'm gonna look at the move sets of the different Pokemon I have to see if there's any, if it's worth trying to teach them an ice move. So I guess the only real option is Ice Punch. And only Quagsire and Machamp have the ability to learn it. It looks like I can buy Ice Punch pretty easily from Goldenrod. It's TM33. So let's look at... If anyone can have an extra spot, I would say it's got to be Machamp. So I think we teach Machamp Ice Punch, because otherwise we're not going to have an Ice type. I'm assuming this rock is going to be leading to Dragon's Den, which I was reading a little bit about. I think it's on the 5th floor, I read. I just gotta figure out which one I want to get rid of. I think for now, should probably get rid of Seismic Toss, if anything. Now, we've got a Pokemon that's going to be especially useful fighting against the dragons. Because Fisher Chris is a rebattle. I think we'll humor him. Just gotta figure out where Route 42 is. Okay, it's there. So near Mahogany. Now Bugcatcher Arnie wants to battle. I think I said this forever ago, but I really like how while you're doing your things, you get these events just happening. It gives it kind of... It's obviously a single-player game. It's not like an MMO or a life game or anything like Animal Crossing or anything, but it kind of gives it a little bit of a feeling of that, how you've got these things that will just kind of come up. Okay, I gotta find Fisher Chris. Not gonna be much competition, buddy. Okay, now I think do a little more attempting hatching. Just a heads up though, for those of you watching, it looks like in a few minutes ads are going to start again, so just as a reminder, I don't want anyone to feel obligated to have to contribute to this channel. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this channel free of any contribution. If you subscribe, you won't receive the ads. I don't care if you use an ad blocker or anything, but for those of you who do feel willing to contribute, it's greatly appreciated. Even a small donation is worth a lot more than ad revenue, and I hope to put whatever I get towards making this channel better, to being able to get better equipment and such, and as a way of showing appreciation for anyone who is willing to contribute, whoever donates the most, cheers the most, or gifts the most subs will be able to nominate a future stream. So if you want to pick something I do on this channel, feel free to shoot for being number one in one of those categories. So those will be running soon, just so you guys have a heads up. think now try to take on Claire, see how that goes. Looks like I don't need to heal. Okay, let's see how well this goes. There we go. I always love how this song shows up in part of the one track in Melee, which I think was listed like Pokemon Gold and Silver, but it's kind of an interpolation of I think at least 2 songs. I think one of them's even from Red and Blue, but at least as far as I'm aware, they took some of it for part of Melee soundtrack. Maybe I'm thinking of Pokefloats or something. I don't know. I'd have to go back and see when it shows up, if it does at all. Okay, we're gonna want a Hyper Potion. At least I can't get frozen if I'm paralyzed, right? Kingdra, I guess I could potentially switch to Ampharos, but I'm not sure if it's really worth it. I guess I might as well, considering how well this is going. Hopefully that helps with speed. And I forgot I put that berry there. That's helpful. That's not ideal. Of course. Doesn't do as much as I'd like. And it's staying nice and paralyzed. I'm getting paralyzed. I feel like once you start getting paralyzed, it happens more often unless you like switch out or something. Or maybe that's just me. Hopefully Earthquake can help do some damage. There we go. There goes the 8th gym leader. So I was reading ahead about this, but I guess we don't get the badge until we do the challenge for her. Just beating her isn't enough. I feel like there was something similar with who's the girl with the metal tank? Whitney? Like you have to like talk to her before she'll accept or something. Okay, so I guess I gotta heal up before I can do that. So I guess I gotta go back there to be able to get to that. So I think I'll save here. Just because of my OCD, I'll double save. So I think that's where I'm gonna have to call it for tonight. But I do plan to do more in the future soon. I hope to have some people on, so I think I will likely be doing more in the near future. But for tonight, I think this is going to be it, so let us close up the game. And then let's just figure out someone we can raid. Anyone watching has any suggestions on who would be good for raiding, feel free to show it out there. But otherwise, I guess we'll look up, see if there's anyone worth raiding. Someone doing Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Everyone's doing Kaizos. Let's try rating this guy. So, anyone who was watching, hope you had fun. I will be planning on doing more soon. Hope to see you guys next time.